Right, shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Waharakah Kodash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways, teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. And this is the book of Leviticus, the 20th chapter and the 10th verse. It says that, and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, because adultery is not when a married man lays with a woman that is not his wife. That's not what adultery is. Adultery is when a man lays with a woman that is another man's wife. That is the actual definition. According to the law, all right, the man does not sign up to, and according to biblical law of marriage, is not signing up to sexual exclusivity to the woman. All right. The woman is signing up to sexual exclusivity to the man. Now, in today's society, when a man gets with a woman, they agree to sexual exclusivity to each other. But that's not the proper way. The loyalty that a man shows to his woman is not sexual, but rather provision. All right. But that's one of the things that causes all this strife and confusion. Anyway, it says, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. Okay, so both of them have committed a sin, and both would be put to death under the law, the judgment of the law. And likewise, you got other freaky situations. I mean, there was one that came out the other day where this guy's woman of 14 years was laid up in the bed with she was laid up in the bed with the dude's father, and then the father tried to kill him, stabbed him up 8 times or whatever. Crazy shit. But anyway, and the man that lieth with his father's wife hath uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. And if and let me say this, just because I'm reading the judgments in the law, we're not in the time of performing these judgments. All right, we're not in the time of performing these judgments. This is just for edification's sake. So don't go out there and kill nobody talking about, oh, it's in the law. Yeah, you on your own, okay? Because if you're going to bring down the death penalty for one thing, then you're going to have to bring down the death penalty for everything. And you trust me, you don't want to play that game, because you might find that you find yourself on the end of a stone, right? And it says, and if a man lie with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. They have wrought confusion. Their blood shall be upon them. Okay. Now, one thing you find in these adulterous relationships is usually both the man and the woman, obviously, know the victim, the husband. Usually, the man knows the husband. All right, a lot of times they're friends or acquaintances, and obviously the woman knows her husband. And they revel and enjoy the fact that they are fooling him. You know, they're telling these lies that he's believing, or I'm going here, or I'm going there. And they actually receive excitement from the fact that they're getting away with it. And they start taking more risks. In fact, there was a guy I used to work with, right? And he was on some mad shit, man. This guy was crazy. And he was telling me about an adulterous relationship he was having with one of his friends' wives, right? And he would tell me how, like, he would go around the house while his friend was at work, and he said it himself. He said that guy, if he found out, would have killed them, because he was a real bad man. But all that added to the excitement, right? And he said they would literally be doing the nasty, doing the dirty, having arguments, slapping each other up, proper toxic shit, yeah. Up until my man's on the driveway getting ready to come out the house. And then they would just he'll run out the back door and and he's the other guy's being fooled, he's being duped. He's talking about how he's gone round the house for dinner and the guy's gone into the kitchen and they're there kissing and arguing or whatever, and then up until the point where he's coming back in through the door and all kind of crazy shit. And they get off on it, man. And I found out about this thing. It's called duper's delight, right? Duper's delight. A lot of time these adulterers, they have duper's delight. They don't feel guilt. They're actually they're excited by the deception. And it's not just in adulterous situations. Scammers, they get the same thing. When they're scamming to you or they're lying to you, they're getting one over on you, it delights them. All right, duper's delight. So it says, I want to get straight to the point. It's also known as cheater's high. All right. So you see, like when people get caught doing some foolishness and they weasel their way out of it, they love that. They love that. It delights them. It says the duper's delight is an emotional boost or thrill, a thrill that some people get when they successfully cheat or deceive another person or organization. The rush they enjoy can lead them to repeat their dishonesty. All right, and that's why they continue. It won't just be the once. They'll continue and continue until eventually they do get caught because they're pushing the boundaries. All right, because they're enjoying the game. They're enjoying the deception. All right. It says they enjoy can lead them to repeat their dishonesty, even when there's no reward other than the high itself. If there is anything remotely positive to take from this behavior, it is finding that in most cases, getting the high depends on their actions, not directly harming anyone else. It's bullshit. All right. But the unethical and deceitful behavior of the cheaters high does not. I just want to get to the point. Right. So sometimes people can be pushed toward cheating by anxiety, fear, and pressure. More frequently, though, people may lie or cheat just for the duper's delight. So there's some people, man, they will actively cheat and commit adultery because they enjoy the deception. They enjoy like being in the same room with the dude, or you're lying to your husband, or you're lying to your friend. Meanwhile, behind his back, you're doing the dirty. They enjoy that. They enjoy it. And so they become a serial adulterer, both male and female. Male meaning you like sleeping around with people's wives because you enjoy the game. And there's something about the duper's delight. What can happen is they can start smirking. So in the midst of explaining themselves and telling the lie, they'll have a veiled smirk on their face because it's delighting them so much, right? It says the high itself is more than just a superficial reaction to what you've done. Researchers show that a chemical change takes place within your brain when it perceives a beneficial action taking place. Nerve cells release a shot of the neurotransmitter dopamine into the brain, which brings on pleasurable feelings of self-satisfaction. And this high is what can lead to a desire to repeat the behavior, sometimes to the point of addiction. Right? So they're loving it. They're loving it. They're loving the lies. They're enjoying it. All right. But you see, the part they don't enjoy is when they inevitably get caught and have to face the consequences. And that's going to happen because, you see, you might fool man, but you're never fooling the Most High. And they don't fear the Most High. And it's the eyes of the Most High. Hold on. This is the perfect scripture. All right. Because there's niggas like this. There's women out here of course, that's their nature, man. And they're gonna do it over and over and over again because they love, it excites them. And there's niggas like that too. There's niggas that they, the best woman they'll ever get is another man's woman. That's what they love. That's what they like. Right? It says old bread is sweet to a whoremonger. He will not leave off till he die. A man that breaketh wedlock saith thus in his heart, who seeth me? I am compassed about with darkness, the walls cover me, and nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sins. Such a man only fears the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Behold all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts. He knew all things ere ever they were created, so also after they were perfected, he looked upon them all. This man shall be punished in the streets of the city, and where he suspecteth not, he shall be taken. Thus shall it also go also with the wife that leaveth her husband, and bringeth in an heir by another. For first she hath disobeyed the law of the Most High, and secondly she hath trespassed against her own husband, and thirdly she hath played a whore in adultery, and brought children by another man. She shall be brought out into the congregation, and an inquisition shall be made of her children. Her children shall not take root, and her branches shall bring forth no fruit. She shall leave her memory to be cursed, and her reproach shall not be blotted out. And they that remain shall know that there is nothing better than the fear of the Lord, and that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandments of the Lord, because they're going to get what's coming to them. See, it's all sweet when you're getting excited about the deception, but at the end of the day, when the judgment of the Lord comes, it ain't sweet, is it? When the terrible judgment of the Lord inevitably comes, all that dopamine is gone, and it ain't going to be sweet no more. Rather, it's sweeter to fear the Lord and do that which is right. You know? So you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful, man, out here. You know, that's why the scripture says the carnal mind, let's get that. It says, because the carnal mind is enmity against God. Because we just seen how your own body can delight in wickedness. So that's why the scripture says the carnal mind is enmity against God. I always say that your body can trick you into doing that. Your body doesn't know right from wrong. All right. Your body only understands stimuli. This is why a married woman's vagina will feel just as good as a woman's vagina who's not married. Your body doesn't know the difference. All your body understands is the stimuli. It's your spirit that's supposed to understand the difference between right and wrong. Right? Because the carnal mind is enmity against God. Neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please God. Right? There's a saying, how could it be wrong if it feels so right? If it feels so right, and that is the way of adultery. It feels right. Oh yeah, like you're all caught up in the romance. Oh yeah, this person loves me and all this, and you get caught into the chemistry, and you're getting caught up. You're getting caught up, man, and it's all bullshit at the end of the day. All right. Hey, do what's right, man. It's better that way. It's better to do what's right. That's why we can't wait for the new covenant, for these laws to be written in our inward parts, because at the end of the day, to do righteousness and perfection, life is just better that way. That is life. All right. But I heard this dupers delight thing before, and I was just meditating on it because of some adultery stuff that came up, and it's like, yeah, man. And a lot of time, if a person is defending themselves or lying, and you see a little smirk, then that confirms they're lying, because that smirk is the duper's delight, man. they couldn't help it. It's like you can't hold the smirk back because you're enjoying lying so much. That's one of the ways con men operate. That little smirk will come up while they're duping you. Dupers delight. All right, so if that, I'm gonna say shalom.